Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're learning about one-point perspective drawing. We will be working on the elements of art, space, and the elements of art line to create a one-point perspective drawing. Check out this railroad track. See how the tracks are getting smaller? It is moving back into space, away from us, the viewers. It is traveling so far away that we can barely see where it ends. That point is called the vanishing point. Let's look at this picture of a bridge. The walkway is traveling so far away into space, away from us, that we can hardly see it. The place where the walkway meets the horizon line is called the vanishing point. The horizon line, which is always a horizontal line, is where the sky and the land or the water touch. The railways of this walkway create perspective lines. These lines create space of the walkway to make it feel wide or narrow. Sometimes lines of perspective are needed above the horizon line as well as below. In this photo, the beams of the bridge are so tall they go above the horizon line. The red lines make an X. Right where all the lines intersect is called the vanishing point. Check out this painting by Vincent van Gogh. He used a vanishing point and perspective lines to create this painting of his bedroom. Now, Van Gogh doesn't have sky or land in his picture, so the horizontal line is not as obvious. But we can discover it by looking at the angles of the other lines to see where his vanishing point is, and it leads us to the horizon line. In this picture, the horizon line is red, and the lines of perspective are blue. Everything lines up and points to that vanishing point, even though there's not an obvious horizon line. Let's look at these other beautiful photographs with one-point perspective. Do you see where the vanishing point could possibly be? I love this picture of the Taj Mahal in India. The lines along the reflecting pole meet. Kind of have to use our imagination to see where they exactly meet, but that is the vanishing point. This photo of the Brooklyn Bridge gives a great example of perspective. It makes us feel like we're standing right in the middle of the road on the bridge. Even that stripe along the middle of the road is getting smaller as it moves back in space. Cities are great places to find one-point perspective. All the angles and lines that are made when looking at buildings all meet at a vanishing point. I love this picture of downtown Annapolis. It has a vanishing point, and it's a little bit different because the vanishing point is slightly to the right rather than right in the middle of the page. But the tops and the bottoms of the buildings are all lining up to it. Check out this underwater tunnel. See how the path is getting further away in space? It's pointing to a vanishing point. Even this perspective with a wall on one side, the wall is going further back into space. Those lines are pointing to one particular dot, the vanishing point. This underwater tunnel is giving me some inspiration for some art. Maybe your one-point perspective drawing would be something like this. This artist got that inspiration. They made an underwater tunnel using perspective lines and a vanishing point. Their horizontal line is not distinctive, but just like in Vincent van Gogh's painting, it is there. Just have to use your imagination. Maybe you're in more of a traveling mood, and you want to create a long road that is going further and further over the land, like this artist did, through the mountains. That's a possibility for your one-point perspective drawing. Maybe you're into visiting the cities and traveling and driving, and you want to make a city perspective drawing. That works too. One more idea is this art gallery. This artist used one-point perspective to create a room where the ceiling and the floor meet. That's where that perspective line is. I hope that you get some inspiration for your one-point perspective drawing. Let's get started.